Hey, it's Keith. Thanks for coming back to KG's Garage. On this video, I replaced the fuel filter that's inside the carburetor. I'm going to show you kind of what it takes to do it and what you want to look for, and I'll show you the replacement one. So check it out. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to look at I want to look at the fuel filter. So it's a solid line. This is stock, I believe. It's a solid bent line all the way to the carburetor, and then the fuel filter is going to be in the carburetor, right? Thing that sucks about this, I put this nice cool air cleaner on here, and has these tubes that go up to the front. It's got a tube goes up the front, tube goes up the front, and this was a pain in the neck to get these tubes in here and this onto the air cleaner. This it was a pain in the neck to get this coupler on here. So this air filter doesn't move that much. I can take it up. Hopefully there's enough that I can get to the fuel filter. And the other thing I just noticed was, looks like there's a little water leak in here. So I got to investigate that, see what's happening there. So anyway, let me get to the fuel filter, take it off, and examine it, and see what we got. Okay, so I got to the fuel filter. I used 5/8 on this metal line right here, and it looks like this is 15/16. It looks, but it's still too small. I think this must be an inch. Probably look it up online. It probably shows me that, but this must be an inch. I used an adjustable wrench to take that off. So here's the piece. I guess there's a little washer right here. Let's put that somewhere safe. And I can already see. Here's the fuel filter. That is, I don't know what the hell happened. I think it was too big, maybe? Got crushed? It's crushed in there. So I gotta order some new fuel filters. It doesn't look like it's clogged. It's crushed. I can't tell, it doesn't look too dirty inside. I don't know about in here. It looks pretty good too. I mean, there's a little bit of rust in there, but I think that's probably rust it's not loose rust. And then you have a spring. And make sure you don't lose the spring. Well, that's that. I'm not even gonna put it back together. I'm probably just gonna take this, clean it out, screw it back in here. I'm not gonna screw all this back together until I get a new filter. I'll get a new filter. I notice this neck is leaking, and it looks like there's a lot of rust. So I'm gonna order a new neck, maybe a new hose, and a thermostat, and change that out too while I'm over here. All right, and that's it for tonight. So this video was taken a little while back, and I never did a follow-up video on it. So I did buy the filters. Here is the part number. It's a Wix 33052, and I don't know if I bought multiple ones, but I have 2 more left, and I put one in in there. It's always good to take one of these. I'm probably gonna put one of these in a Ziploc and throw it in the RV. You'll notice in the video, you'll see the one I have in there is crushed. So I did find out that if you don't get, I think it goes in like this, right? This goes in the carburetor first, and if you don't get this seated in there correctly, when you start tightening down the big bolt, the big nut, it crushes it, and that's what happened to the old one. So somebody wasn't really paying attention, and it started crushing it. I did start crushing one of them. When I started it, I'm like, oh, it seems like it's a little bit hard. I took it out, and I could see that it was messing up the end. It was crushing it. So I stopped, made sure it was seated correctly, and then did it. So like I said, I got 2 more. So, and the wrench is a 1-inch. I didn't buy a 1-inch wrench. I don't have one. I probably will do that in the future. I just need to pick up one. I'll just throw it in the RV and just leave it in there. So in case I'm on the road, I can change that out. There are other fuel filters on the RV right now. And I did buy some extras of those. I bought these types. You put it on a hose clamp, and then you can see the stuff going through. From what I've seen though, these start to leak. Doesn't matter. I have a whole bag full. I have like 4 or 5 of them in here. So I'm gonna throw also one of those in the RV, so if it leaks. And I bought different ones. This is a 5/16. This one I think I'm not gonna use. It's here, and then you put whatever fitting you want. These plastic fittings. I don't really want to put a plastic fitting on there. And then I always have these here if I wanted to 3/8. But I want one of these big ones on there. I think that's what's on there right now. Is one of these guys. So it comes out of the gas tank, goes into one of these, and then it goes up to the carburetor. So I have that. I'll probably replace those one day. But there's never-ending projects on the RV, so I'm trying to get it mechanically well, so I don't have to worry about breakdowns or anything like that. That's the most important. Inside, if like a door falls off on the inside of the cabinet or something, I don't really care. I can still drive around. I can still it'll still get me place to place. The door, the inside part is like it to look nice, but I'm really more concerned right now about the mechanical part and getting it up and running and driving. So I mean, so far it's been pretty good. I took it for a little test drives here and there, and it's been fine. The other thing I mentioned in the video, I said I was going to order the new neck replacement, and I did. So I have this. Here it is. It's a Four Seasons 84841. It's a water outlet. And here's the gasket that came with it. Here's the gasket that came with it. It's already crunched, so it was inside the box, and this was just sitting on top of it and crushed it. So I never really use the original gaskets that come with it, because usually it's just some piece of crap that's going to leak. So I always buy a new gasket. And what I get here, a Felpro, whatever the number is, 35130. I bought 2 of those just in case, so I have an extra. So I'm not gonna put it in the box so it gets beat up. I'm gonna put it somewhere else. But I got a box here full of stuff that has to get done. I have the thermostat. I have a 180 thermostat and a 160 thermostat. Not sure which one I'm gonna put in. So I was going to just replace that neck. I looked at it and it was leaking. You saw in the video it was leaking. It was actually leaking because the clamp was loose. So I loosened it up, turned the hose a little bit, put the clamp on and tightened it, and it stopped leaking. Well, that thing's not leaking anymore, but I am going to replace the rusted one. I want to replace the hoses. Radiator is leaking a little bit, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a radiator. I'm leaning towards getting one of the aluminum one. I wanted to do the more modern truck radiator, but then you got to put electric fans on it, and I don't know what the hose configuration, and then you have to redo the oil lines and the power steering cooling lines. So I just want something that I can just put in there and have it be a direct replacement. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with the original one. Maybe I'll just give it to somebody that wants it as a core. I don't know. And I don't want to keep it laying around here. And I don't want to junk it because it could be used for somebody. So that's the plan. Do the radiator, change all the hoses, change that neck, change the thermostat, and that'll take care of the cooling system for a while. I'm just trying to go through it, make sure it runs as best as it can. Well, one of the next things is I want to check the timing chain, which that's going to be, I'll do a video on that too. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to come back and explain a little bit about that filter, and I appreciate everybody watching, and I appreciate you subscribing. If you want to see more of this content, hit the like button. Let me know that you like the videos, and I'll keep doing more. I still have more stuff to do on the motorhome, but it's going to start getting warmer out again, and I'm going to not work on it as much because it's just too hot to work on it, and, you know, especially on the inside and stuff like that. I'll probably start doing more projects that are inside my air-conditioned garage. So, I mean, this Cobalt, this thing needs to get out of here. So I need to work on that and ship that out, sell that sucker. And then, you know, and then I got the 350Z drift car that I'm still working on, and I need to do stuff to that too. Anyway, stay tuned, and I appreciate everybody, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.